Race number 2 here at Kirkistown for the Formula Ford 1600s, the Dawson WAM Formula Ford 1600s with Niall Murray and Kevin O'Hara, the championship rivals, on the front row of the grid. James Rowe and Jordan Dempsey row 2, ahead of Alan Davidson and Keith Donegan. David McCullough and Will Herron make up row 4. Henry Campbell and Arnie Black next up. He had a great battle with Nicky Gibson in the first race. Then it's Ian McCullough, David Nichol, Ashley McCullough and Jennifer Mullen rounds out the 8th row of the grid. 5-second board is out, and for Kevin O'Hara, the job in this one is simple: reverse what Niall Murray did in the first race, beat him and retake that championship lead. The red lights go out, away we go, and Niall Murray gets a good start. So too from the outside of row 2 did Jordan Dempsey. He's going to try and get up the inside of Kevin O'Hara through the first corner. Now, which of the red cars is going to emerge first? The one with the white flashes on the inside is O'Hara. He will be okay in second, and in fact James Rowe, the runner-up from race 1, is trying to come through into third and has done it. So Jordan Dempsey back down to 4th position. Then 5th place looked to be maybe Keith Donegan as the leaders make their way through Fisherman. So immediately a resumption of the battle from race 1. Niall Murray with Kevin O'Hara on his gearbox trying to find a way through, and James Rowe in the green car keeping a watching brief in third. Now this was how it went pretty much until the last corner in race 1, where Kevin O'Hara threw it down the outside into the last turn. Tried to cut across the nose of Niall Murray. They made contact and Murray took the win, with O'Hara in the end finishing down in 5th place. So a big point swing in favour of Niall Murray. Back through the hairpin we go for the first time then, and immediately they're side by side. Another good exit from the hairpin from Kevin O'Hara. Draws himself alongside Niall Murray to the outside down towards Debtor's Dip. Now Murray went round the outside of him here and took the lead in race 1, but this time O'Hara's got it made before they even turn in. So Kevin O'Hara into the lead of the race. Niall Murray now has to try and do to O'Hara what O'Hara did to him in the first one. He's trying to go around the outside here through Colonial. That's not going to work, but he's trying to simply put Kevin O'Hara on the wrong line into the corner, so that he's maybe hopefully a bit slower off the turn through Fisherman's down to the John Crossley chicane, and O'Hara a bit slow out of the corner. So Niall Murray sensed an opportunity to get up the inside. This is keeping everyone else in touch a bit better this time around, isn't it though? So again we've got these 6 cars together with Jordan Dempsey 4th, and then the 2 white cars with Keith Donegan, David McCullough and Alan Davidson together. Down towards the hairpin, O'Hara defends. Murray doesn't want to go to the outside. That is Alan Davidson. He's not scared to go to the outside. Arnie Black there in the 18 car, and Niall Murray now trying to get the switch back on Kevin O'Hara, as O'Hara did to him a lap ago, but not with quite the same level of success. He was remain single file down to the first corner. Slipstream keeping everyone nice and close together in the early stages here. It's a 7-car lead train this time around, isn't it? As they head into Colonial for the 3rd time of asking. Back down towards Fisherman's, and we didn't see really any moves down here in the first race. It's all about setting yourself up through this section to get the run down the back straight, but it does seem as though Murray is a bit quicker through Fisherman's, isn't he? If he could get his nose to the inside and maybe force the issue into the John Crossley chicane, who knows, he could make it stick, could force his way through. Down the back straight they go, and Murray is well within striking range here. Kevin O'Hara is pulling to the outside pretty early in the straight, and then dives back to the inside line. That's new from Niall Murray, and he's going to get to the inside first. As long as he can pull the car up, he should be able to make it stick. Yes, and that was clever driving there from Niall Murray. He knew he was likely to run a bit wide on the exit and leave himself open to the switchback manoeuvre from O'Hara, so he just slowed the car down an extra mile an hour or so on the apex, just to halt O'Hara's momentum and stop him getting that run down the straight. So Murray with a really good move there, sold the dummy, didn't he? Went to the outside line as if he was going to try the traditional outside-inside move on the exit of the corner, and instead, just as they were about to hit the brakes, darted from the extreme left-hand side of the road to the extreme right-hand side onto the dirty part of the circuit and made the move stick. So a really good move that from Niall Murray. Kevin O'Hara now has to try and find a way back through. He wasn't really able to do that in the first race, was he? It's a nice aggressive line through there, does O'Hara. Lots of curb through the left-hander. Try not to unsettle the car too much and run too wide. Side by side, almost further back between Alan Davidson and I think that was David McCullough, because they head down to the hairpin, and this time it's James Rowe with a repaired front end who's going round the outside of Kevin O'Hara. He might even try and get the lead here. That was never really likely to work, but he might hold on to second. He's got himself alongside O'Hara down towards the first corner. He'll have the inside line as well. So Murray will lead. James Rowe with a nice slipstream is pulling him further ahead of O'Hara into the first corner. They're about to descend upon Colonial again, and it's Murray from Rowe. So Rowe is into second place, with Kevin O'Hara back down to third. Now remember that James Rowe and Kevin O'Hara made a bit of contact in the first race, didn't they? Down at Fisherman's, when Rowe tried to get up the inside and O'Hara chopped his nose off and ended up knocking the nose cone completely off. So you can see it's been patched back together, the front end of the green machine in second place. It still seems to be working fairly well. It's aerodynamically sound. Kevin O'Hara, though, with a mega run around the outside. He's going to try and do exactly what O'Hara did a lap ago. Murray doesn't know which way to go to try and defend. He's trying to keep two of them behind. Almost tangling wheels there, James Rowe and Kevin O'Hara as they came out of the corner. O'Hara, though, I think has got the inside line for the first turn. Might be able to retake this second place now. Didn't want to risk contact at the fastest corner on the track, understandably. And so Rowe hangs on to second, tries to get to the outside of Niall Murray. The racing develops so quickly in Formula 4 1600 that corner by corner the picture changes, and one corner you're defending your position, the next corner you've got a chance maybe to attack and move up a place. Just, despite their dicing, starting to edge away now from Jordan Dempsey and the rest fighting over fourth. So we, again, as we approach sort of a third of the way through this race, have the same situation we had in race one, with those top three cars battling away, leaving everyone else to fight for the lower positions. Kevin O'Hara swinging to the inside line. Has he got up the inside of James Rowe? He's got up the inside of both of them. Kevin O'Hara, demon late braking manoeuvre, gets his way through, then stops practically on the apex to defend the switchback. That holds Niall Murray up, and it could allow James Rowe through into second place as well. What's this all going to work out as? Into the first corner we go. O'Hara, I think, will hold on to the race lead. No, James Rowe has gone for it. Rowe up the inside of O'Hara as well. He's got the outside line for the next corner though. Jordan Dempsey also closing in. O'Hara gets the lead. Murray down to second. Rowe settles in third, but that was some brilliant racing for all three of them. Well, Kevin O'Hara, you wouldn't think he could get the car stopped. He was so late on the brakes into the hairpin. Gloves are off, you sense, in this race after their contact in race one. Niall Murray now trying to open the door on the inside on the exit of Fisherman. Can't do it. But I said early on in the race he looked quick through there. So forget what I said about these three cars having a break over the rest of the field. It's now 7 cars as one as they head onto the back straight yet again. Kevin O'Hara, wow, well, he tried the outside move at the end of race one, which I thought was audacious because I didn't think anyone could get the car stopped from that late on the brakes. But maybe O'Hara just has that car working nicely on the brakes, because given the inside line a lap ago down there, he was able to go past 2 cars. So O'Hara leads, Murray second, Rowe still in third. Jordan Dempsey doesn't know whether to join in and risk an accident or sit there and wait for them all to take each other off, does he, in fourth place? And then side by side for fifth, as David McCulloch, Alan Davidson and Keith Donegan are all dicing away for positions, or for the lowest place within the top 5. Double apex right-hander at Colonial, then the left-hand kink down to Fisherman's. This is where Niall Murray does seem to just be able to, he rolls the centre of the corner quite nicely, but he's got nowhere to go. He can't drive over the top of Kevin O'Hara's car, so he has to just settle in behind again. Through right and left, down the back straight they go. Niall Murray and James Rowe both in Van Diemen's, so too Kevin O'Hara. Niall Murray's is the newest of the cars, he's a 2010 version. Onto the brakes we go. Murray is the man that pops out of line to the outside. Can Jordan Dempsey, though, maybe get up the inside of him? He's trying, but Rowe is trying to go around the outside of Niall Murray. He's got momentum as well, but Murray dives to the inside of O'Hara. Now, there could be 3 abreast when they arrive at Debtors Dip, which is not a comfortable position to be in. Niall Murray's almost in the pit wall as he tries to draw alongside Kevin O'Hara. If this doesn't work, James Rowe is there to take second place away from him. No, they settle back in line. So O'Hara from Niall Murray, but there's a bit of damage, look, to the nose cone now of Niall Murray's car. Not quite as substantial as the damage incurred by James Rowe in the first race, but that will be just enough to affect the aerodynamics down the back straight. And it was interesting to hear from Niall Murray after race one, wasn't it, that there's a big headwind down that back straight, which just exaggerates the effect of the slipstream, the effect of sitting in the vacuum of air behind the car in front. Well, with the headwind, that makes that even more dramatic, which is why we're seeing drivers get such big runs down the back straight. You can see Rowe now pulling out of the slipstream to the outside line. Can he go around the outside of Niall Murray for second place? Niall Murray's almost into the back there of the race leader. As they come out of the corner, yes, Rowe might make this work. He's got momentum, he's got the inside line, he's got his nose in front already as they cross the start-finish line. He's officially timed as being in second place. up the inside. No, the momentum on the outside line into the corner meant that Niall Murray keeps in front, but I think the damage that he's incurred on the front of that car has come from running into the back of Kevin O'Hara, because O'Hara, through the centre of the corners, particularly down at the hairpin, is trying to defend from that switchback by just slowing right down on the apex, and Murray is getting impatient and trying to time his run to get to the inside down the pit straight, and I think on one or two occasions he's made contact with the rear end of the red and white machine. Nothing out of order, it's certainly not malicious, it's just close racing. When you're racing this close to each other for 20 minutes at these sort of speeds, a little bit of paint being traded is almost inevitable, really. Down the hill, or down the straight, excuse me, very flat circuit of course, Kirkistown, and then into the hairpin at the end of another lap. Got about 11 minutes still to go, so we're only just into the second half of this race. Niall Murray, whose Van Diemen's a bit shorter now than it was at the start of the race, is still desperately trying to find a way back ahead of Kevin O'Hara. O'Hara lost all those points in the first race. He really does need to try and beat Niall Murray in this one in order to keep as close as possible in the championship. Still got lots of races to go though. Another 6 meetings remain here at Kirkistown for the Dawson WAM Northern Ireland Formula 4 1600s. Back out towards the John Crossley chicane. Things, dare I say it, have just calmed down slightly now, which of course is the cue for all hell to break loose again down at the end of this straight, because Niall Murray has had a good run there, carrying good momentum onto the straight, and Kevin O'Hara knows it, so pulls over to the inside. To the outside goes Murray, to the middle-ish goes James Rowe. Can Murray go around the outside? That's what he's trying. He seems to be favouring that move now over the switchback, but this time it might have cost him second place, because James Rowe read the situation perfectly, drew himself alongside, and on the run now into the first corner at Debtors Dip, is Rowe going to go through into second place? He's going to try and brave it out around the outside. He's done it. No, Niall Murray had the speed, and in fact Rowe is a bit slow, and so Jordan Dempsey and everyone else is right back with them. So back into fifth place by the way, is now Alan Davidson. So he's got that 1989 machine back into the top 5, which is great stuff. He arrived here 4th place in points on 38 points compared to Keith Donegan in 5th on 23, but Keith was only a point ahead of Will Heron. Donegan of course outscoring Heron so far this weekend, so looks set to make that a bit more comfortable. Down towards the end of the straight they go, and it is Rowe who is the first to pull out of line. This time though I don't think we're going to see a change. Worth noting as well, by the way, that as we check in here with the number 94 machine of Nicky Gibson, Nicky arrived here 3 points behind Arnie Black in the pre-82 category for the oldest cars on the grid. Arnie beat Nicky in the first race, and in this one Nicky trying to take the points back as the race leaders overall arrive at Colonial well into the second half of the race now. About 14 minutes gone, so 6 minutes still to go. It's time though, it's a short lap around here at Kirkistown of course. Fastest lap in the first race, 1 minute 1.6 set by James Rowe. So as they head on to that back straight again, there are a lot more opportunities still to try and find a way through and work your way further up the order. So far we really haven't seen anyone other than Kevin O'Hara, Niall Murray and James Rowe occupy a podium position, but Jordan Dempsey looking quite racy now in 4th place, isn't he? Can he maybe... Oh, contact there between Niall Murray! Oh, I don't believe it, they've taken each other off again! Niall Murray and Kevin O'Hara, contact down into the hairpin. Niall Murray's car was airborne, and then Kevin O'Hara... possibly, yes, with a damaged rear suspension. So just as I said that Jordan Dempsey could inherit a podium place, he's inherited the race lead. Dempsey leads the way, and Alan Davidson into 2nd position. Now Niall Murray's still going, he's there in 4th place, just behind the 28 car of David McCulloch, and James Rowe is still there, but he was really held up in all of that because he was running right behind them, of course. I did not see that coming. Niall Murray and Kevin O'Hara, who have kept it so clean in this race. They had that contact, of course, at the end of race 1 when things just got a bit too close for comfort, but this time they weren't even side by side. It's almost like Niall Murray was just caught out by where Kevin O'Hara braked for the hairpin, They made contact and Niall Murray's car was sent skywards. Let's hope there's no damage done to his machine. He certainly seems okay, but I'm fairly sure that Kevin O'Hara is on for a double non-finish now. Niall Murray is trying to charge back around the outside. He could still salvage something from this. He's alongside David McCulloch. In fact, he's ahead of David McCulloch by the time they come out of the turn. He's got about 4 minutes left to try and work his way back to the front of the field. What drama we've seen here today at Kirkiston. All the time, though, they're battling in front of him. So Alan Davidson trying to get the race lead away here from Jordan Dempsey and score what will be a real shock victory in that Mondial. He just drifts a bit wide, though, as they go out of Colonial and down towards Fisherman's. Hangs on, though. Niall Murray ducks to the inside line. Is there room? There isn't. Needs to be careful here, Niall Murray, because he won't know necessarily that Kevin O'Hara is more than likely out of the race. So Kevin, who, yes, he has pulled into the pit lane, we believe, to retire with that damaged rear suspension. So Niall Murray doesn't need to do anything silly here. They make their way down towards the scene of the crime once more. Jordan Dempsey, could he be on for his first race victory of the year? Well, Niall Murray has something to say about that. He goes round the outside of Alan Davidson for second place at the hairpin and makes it stick, does he? Well, Davidson might have other ideas. He's fighting back. James Rowe has also now caught this group again, so it's once more 5 for the lead. As is that the last lap board being hung out, maybe, to the race leads? I think it might be so. Yes, it is. Last lap is underway, and Niall Murray is still only in second place, going to the outside of Jordan Dempsey down towards the right-hander at Colonial. Can he go round the outside? There's left-hand kink next up. He might even lose second place again to Davidson. Davidson tries to get alongside down towards Fisherman's. Can't do it. It is all, yet again, going to boil down to the run down the back straight, but it is Jordan Dempsey who is the man trying to hang on to the race lead. Niall Murray did not expect this situation any more than we did, I don't think. Bit of dirt kicked up in the face of the second place man there by the race leader Jordan Dempsey, but has he made a good enough exit from the John Crossley chicane to successfully defend the inside? Murray will go round the outside if he can, though, but can Alan Davidson maybe join in as well? They're almost 3 abreast. Murray goes to the outside, he gets his nose in front. Can he go right round the outside of Jordan Dempsey? There's more contact. They're both off the road, and Alan Davidson is going to inherit the race victory. Niall Murray, for the second time in this race, is off at the hairpin. Jordan Dempsey has been robbed of a race win, and Alan Davidson takes the checkered flag. What a remarkable pair of races we've been treated to this weekend in the Dawson WAM Formula 4 1600s at Kirkiston, and Alan Davidson in the 1989 Mondial wins overall. Wow, what a finish that was. The checkered flag and the yellow flag to show that's probably appropriate given the carnage at the final corner. Alan Davidson wins, James Rowe second, David McCulloch third, Will Perrin is fourth, Niall Murray rejoined in fifth, Jordan Dempsey was sixth, Henry Campbell seventh, Ashley McCulloch eighth, and David Nichol in ninth. Nicky Gibson, the only remaining finisher in 10th after a crazy pair of races here at Kirkiston. Great entertainment, but there'll be lots of conversation
we're happy to pick
post-race.
that up now. A lot of drama in that race. We sort of took a back seat most of the race to see what was going to happen, and it paid off for us.
Second place, James.
Yeah, second place is right. Lucky to make the grid after first race today, but yeah, it was good. Close race and learnt a lot, and that's what Formula 4 is all about.
Probably the best person to speak to who was watching what was going on out there in front of you.
Well, I sort of hung back a wee bit there, so I sort of knew there was going to be contact at some point.
Yeah.
Even with that first contact in the start, or about 4 or 5 laps into the race, I knew it was going to happen again. Just never it all started mixing up again at the front, but I'm happy enough I got third.